Wow, famous. Just wow,
Hey.
famous. Just wow. Just wow, famous. Just starting off. You just want me to go, don't you? Hey guys, welcome back to the MegaPixel I can't talk today. Welcome back to the MegaPixel podcast. I'm Megatron
Derek's Pixeltorium.
and here we are again. Today we're talking about Transformers. Let's have this conversation. And thanks, famous.
Oh yeah, you should have seen. You should have seen how much she was fuming in the green room before we started.
Oh my gosh. So we have actually the first was Rick Chaos was in the chat first, like about an hour ago. So hi, Rick Chaos. Then we have Famous or Crispy. Hello, Famous or Crispy, and also Mike's Gaming Gala is in the house. Hello, Mike. How are you doing today? So far that's all. So we're starting out good. I can say hi to everybody and catch up on chat real quick. And anyway, we're gonna go back. I showed these during the beginning, but let's go back here a little bit, real quick, and start this right here. So Famous says fire bombs. Yeah, we know. Megan's gonna scream and shout and spit and slobber and hang from the rafters. We know. Then of course, Bay is my Bay. Bay is my Bay. Well, we're gonna talk about that. I want to know how Mrs. Crispy feels about that. Just kidding, or am I? That's a good question. Are you kidding? And I want to know. We have Mike in the chat. Mike's Gaming Gala. Hey, I'm here on time for once. So are we, apparently. So we actually started playing the song at like 12:59, and it went live right at 1 o'clock. So we're actually right on time today.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. We got Famous saying hi to Mike. Phoenix is in the chat. Hi, Phoenix. How are you doing today? Phoenix is here, y'all. Mike saying hi. Famous saying, yay, thanks, my dude. Mike saying, of course. We got Off-Grid Arcade in the chat. Hello, Bart. How are you doing today? We've got Torque in the chat. What's going on, Torque? How you doing today? And then Off-Grid going, I'm working today, so watch when able. Okay, good enough, but thank you for stopping by as always, Bart. It's good to see you as always. And so anyway, let's start this off. So we're gonna talk about a few things today. One, since we are gaming channels, we are going to discuss the High Moon Studios Transformers video games plus Transformers Devastation, but also G1, the Bay films, Transformers Prime, and so on and so forth. So that's where we're at. Derek, what do you guys say about all this?
I'm actually I like the Bay films. You know, I grew up on them, so I'm a guy though. I like the explosions. I like the hot girls. You know, they were good films.
So you're Megan Fox fan, is what you're saying, right?
Well, not just her. I mean, there's that Decepticon in the dorm room, right?
Oh my gosh, the one with the tingy tongue. Remember that? When he's like, her tongue is tingy, it tastes like oil.
Yeah, so not just Megan Fox.
Tall and skinny today. Y'all are tall and skinny. Well, so we've got it set up where you have the portrait version and the landscape version together. So it actually worked. That's actually a pretty good idea. And Derek did that. So kudos to Derek for figuring that out, because I would never figure that out. So I'm glad Derek was able to figure that out. So
yeah, we're portrait today.
yeah, so you can see it. You can hold your phone up and down and still watch us today. So that's awesome. Famous says, I actually don't like the Transformers movies. The first one was fun. After that, boo. He done went to ruin my childhood. No. Okay, so let's put it this way. I'm going to say it again. The first, third, and fourth films, especially the third one was fantastic. It had Leonard Nimoy playing Signal Prime in it. And he actually has a phrase in there from Star Trek. He just says it a little bit differently, but it's still that kind of gave that whole movie, a go for me as far as that goes. But they're not all bad. And we as kids, we grew up watching Generation 1. I did anyway. Sorry, Derek. But growing up a Generation 1 fan, you wondered what it would look like for real Transformers to be standing up next to a human being, and how big they would have to be to transform into their vehicle modes and stuff like that. So we actually wondered that as kids. We would talk about it as kids. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, we and somebody actually had the idea. Hey, now we have CGI, we can do that. So, and the Bumblebee movie, fantastic. And I'll even go so far to say as I actually liked Rise of the Beast as well.
Yeah.
Derek, which one are your favorite? Michael Bay films? While we're on the Bay subject,
let's see.
Since Bay is famous as Bay,
Yeah, Bay's not my Bay, but I did like the film. I'll say that much. But yeah, no, I think the first Mark Wahlberg one was probably my favorite. That's the one I always think about first.
Okay, so number 4. That's the first one.
What
was the name? What was the actual name of that movie? What was the title of that movie?
There's one. The Nights. That wasn't the night one.
That's the 5th one.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember. I don't want to look it up because I'll freeze up on my thing. But the 4th one was I can't believe I can't remember the name of that. Anyway, so the 4th film was the first Mark Wahlberg version, and then in the 5th one they actually had a picture of Shia LaBeouf. And the whole if you remember the Wiccan thing. So Mike says, I grew up on the Bay films. Dude, you're like 60. Mike, I'm getting close to like 60. Like I'm 52. So y'all suck.
Well, I shouldn't say this because we're not supposed to talk about this, but I'm younger than she is, and I'm not 50 yet. So take that, Mike's Gaming Gala.
Well, Bart was in the chat. He's older than me, but he's the only one. So now Bart's gone. Yeah. So now I'm the oldest person again, as usual. Mike says, I'm on PC. You're still tall and skinny. So are we just tall and skinny, period?
Yeah, I think we are. So maybe that's because we have that portrait preview up. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out next time. Okay,
we're just going to be tall and skinny today, guys. Sorry. So yeah. I need to drop a few pounds anyways. We're good. So I'm going to go back to G1. Of course, you guys know I grew up on G1. I love the cartoon, and I just ranted about the Unicron situation with one of the episodes from season 3, which pretty much starred Grimlock, the Dinobot, and so I loved that show. I watched GoBots too. I did. So do what? Hey, Chiefs, what's up? What's up, Metal Torso? How you doing? Oh, damn, Derek looks awful. Derek looks awful for his age. Hey, don't do that to Derek.
I guess I'll give you that one, Mike.
That's funny. Famouser says, Gen 1 here too, but I was super little. It's kind of fuzzy. With Transformers G1, you didn't have anything like that, you know. So when they came out, it was different. And they came from a thing called Diaclone from Japan. And so Diaclone was around for a long time before Hasbro actually took over and bought the license for it, and we got the cartoon. Actually, Megatron's head was not silver to begin with. It was actually like the black version of Buckethead, and then for the cartoon they changed it to the silver. And also the big thing, Megatron turned into a Smith & Wesson, and then all of a sudden he was a tank after that. So, and there is a version, it's called Transformers Generation 2, which didn't do too well. They didn't have a cartoon for. They actually just kind of regurgitated the first cartoon with a CGI Optimus Prime talking to a kid. That was it. So you have that at the beginning. They would actually show an episode, and that was pretty much it. So, but Transformers G1 and then the movie. And I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how you feel about the movie. I loved the movie. I still love the movie. And again, I consider it a horror movie. So Mike says, just kidding, Derek. You're a beauty. And you are beautiful, Derek.
Oh, man, you took away my joke, Mike. I was going to say, well, that's what your mom said.
Oh.
And hopefully that was loud enough. Am I talking loud enough, Megan?
I can hear you just fine, yeah. But I have headphones on today, so. Mrs. C says, GoBots, Transformers. She loves Scooter. I remember Scooter. Had that really weird voice. I don't throw around the C word too much, especially with Miss C, but she cray AF for that take. 0 out of 10. Wow. 0 out of 10. Where's Mike with his 4 out of 10? But Transformers for me was that, and then I actually bought some of the toys from the Generation 2 version, and they actually had something called Machine Wars as well, which had a version of Optimus Prime and a couple others. After like the first and second season, you didn't see people like Ratchet and Prowl. Well, Ratchet died. Guys, look, 40 years, you've had time for spoilers, so we're going to talk about it. But
wait, I didn't see that one yet. Don't no spoilers.
I'm so sorry. Oh, by the way, I do want to mention this. There is a version of Transformers the movie online. It's called Transformers the movie reformatted.
Oh yeah,
guys, watch it. It's amazing. Look it up on YouTube. Watch it. It is smooth as butter. The frame rate on that is amazing. So. Japanese loves their giant robots. Yes, that's true. They do love their giant monsters and robots. My mom took me to the OG movie in the theater. Parents threw a fit when dude said, "Yo, I know." When Spike says, "Oh, what are we gonna do now?" He was talking to Bumblebee. I remember that. Yes, I've only seen this movie like 1,000 times. I know every word of this movie. So, guys, if you want to test me, go ahead. But the movie for me was, look, when Optimus Prime inevitably, moved on to the Matrix, joined the Matrix leadership, it hurt. It hurt a lot. Watching all these characters that I had watched growing up, it hurt to watch them all pass on to the next life, to that robotic, the big computer in the sky. But I had a bunch of toys, and my brother has all my toys now. Everything from Metroplex, Tripticon, my Optimus, my Shockwave, my Blaster, all of my other toys I have. My brother has them in his basement now, I think. So that's where they're at. But what do you have to say about G1, Derek?
It's fun. Or something. Well, I know I had a lot of G1 toys growing up. Like,
did you?
Actual metal Optimus, actual Megatron as the gun, not whatever he is now. I prefer to see Megatron now when he's not transformed, just because I'm used to him as the gun otherwise. So.
Right, exactly. And it's so difficult even now to watch him turn into a tank. It really is. Now I guess they did okay with Galvatron when he was reformatted to Galvatron when Unicron changed him, but I don't know. Just the whole thing with Megatron being changed into something that wasn't him just kind of got to me a lot. So Mike says, I'll probably be blasted for it here, but I've never been a Transformers fan, not even as a kid. It's okay, Mike. You're allowed to not be a Transformers fan. I mean, other than the fact that you're going to be banned for life, but that's okay.
Yeah, Mike, it's okay to not be cool. It really is.
It's okay not to be cool, Mike. And again, I'm not a Bay fan. Again, well, it's kind of mixed. It's kind of a mixed bag for me with the Bay films, because I did like the first one. Not a big fan of Shia LaBeouf. But that's beside the point. The Bay films, you're looking at a guy who does car explosions. He's not a Transformers fan. I don't know why they didn't actually get somebody who knew Transformers. Like, okay, so let's get it on the games for a second. This is why it's so important. High Moon Studios knew Transformers. It was their baby. They knew it. So they made Transformers Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron. And they followed the lore. Now, the Dinobots were not built on Cybertron, as we know. And in this TV show, G1, they were built on Earth with Sparkplug, Witwicky, and Ratchet and Wheeljack, who built them. So, past that, though, the lore is there. And they did kind of mess one thing up where Optimus Prime was Optimus Prime before he got the Matrix in the game in War for Cybertron. He wasn't Orion Pax. So that kind of messed that up a little bit. But past that, and again, Megatron is a tank, but it serves its purpose in the game. Megatron's great to play in the game. I love Megatron in the game. He's Megatron. He's evil. He's fantastic. Starscream does his job in the game. The flying levels are fantastic. I love the flying levels.
Nice.
And you could play against a Mega Supreme, Tripticon. There's so many cool things about the games that the High Moon Studios knew what they were doing. Now you take a game that copied some of their assets for the movie, which was number 4. It's called Rise of the Darkspark. The game is, and they just copied the assets over and tried to make a new game out of it. They copied a bunch of the High Moon Studios assets. But the gameplay was different. It didn't feel the same as War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron. So we get the famous up here. Mike says, yep, G.I. Joe is my jam. Okay, that's fair. G.I. Joe is cool. I watched G.I. Joe. The movie, G.I. Joe movie, was crazy. And Chris and Famous says, yeah, more so here too. Okay, that's cool. You guys are allowed to be G.I. Joe fans. It's all right. They literally... Transformers and G.I. Joe were right next to each other when they played. So,
yep.
Mike says, my G.I. Joes had sexy time with my sister's Barbies when they needed R&R. Wow. Okay. So there's that. That's funny. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. So, but the games, well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Of course I did, Mike, because why not?
Why not? Right. So, and then we get to Beast Wars. So I don't know how you guys feel about Beast Wars, but when I first saw Beast Wars, I actually thought it was Optimus Prime. I didn't realize it was a different version, like Optimus Primal. I did not realize that it was basically the Beast Wars are they're related to the Autobots and Decepticons, but they're Predacons and Maximals. And so they're actually generations later, which travel back in time to where the Autobots are still wrecked on planet Earth in the Ark. And so all the Autobots and Decepticons' dead bodies are laying there. And you actually see this in, I think, the 3rd season of Beast Wars, where Optimus Primal becomes that big optimal Optimus. And so that actually does play out, talking about the original cartoon, the G1 series. So there's a lot there as far as that goes. They do spend a lot of time talking about the history as well of Cybertron and the Great War, which was technically the war with the Autobots and Decepticons that led up to the whole Unicron thing. They do talk about Unicron, and Starscream is even in one episode of Beast Wars, where this is where Starscream has already been killed by Galvatron. And he actually is floating through space and time, his spark, and he ends up taking over Waspinator's body for a while. So that's kind of fun. But Starscream is a big part of G1 too, of course, with his attitude toward Megatron and stuff like that. So I mean, you can chime anytime you want, Derek.
Yeah, I didn't really play much of the games, I don't think. I was looking them up here. That was past my childhood, I think, unfortunately. So I'll have to play some of those games.
The games are awesome. And again, I talked about this in a video I did, but the games are possibly coming back, but redone so you can play them in 4K.
Oh yeah.
And but also, and actually right now they're delisted on Steam, so you can't actually purchase them. I bought them before they were delisted, so I actually have them available to me, so I can install them and play them whenever I want. Also, Transformers Devastation, which is heavily based on G1. That is actually a really, really good game. A lot of the voice actors came back from the original cartoon to voice like Bumblebee, Grimlock, Optimus Prime, Megatron. So you got Frank Welker and Peter Cullen in there. And they do a lot of Frank Welker, who voiced Megatron, also voiced Soundwave in the original cartoon. Peter Cullen, Frank Welker, also known for Peter Cullen did Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. Sure did. That's Optimus Prime talking for Eeyore. Yes. Frank Welker did Freddy from Scooby Doo. So I actually think he did Scooby Doo's voice too for a long time. So Torso says, or Famous says, Torso, I loved Godzilla, Ultra Q, Ultraman, Japanese robots, and Monsters for Eva. So I never actually got into Ultraman at all. So that's one I didn't get into. But let's see. I was too cool for Beast Wars cartoon by that time. Hypocrite, because I was in love with X-Men at the time. I loved X-Men. I actually have watched new seasons that they've done since then. X-Men 97, love X-Men. So that's a whole different tangent. Okay, that's an episode for next time. But I was big in the end, so I do like the newest Beast movie though. Cool looking, fun times, and they did base that more on the Generation 1 Autobots. I did not like how Optimus Prime looked. He didn't have any color to him at all. He looked so bland. The Maximals and Beast Rise of the Beast didn't do it for me. So I was kind of a little bit depressed over that. But Optimus Prime looked great. He looked G1, very G1. They did change him up a little bit from the Bumblebee movie to what he looked like in the Rise of the Beast movie, but it still did a great job. The whole Unicron thing, they've really like just not done good with the Unicron stories at all. He's barely there, and their whole thing is, well, his size is not good for our CGI. It's going to take a lot to do that, but yet, I don't know. I just don't know. They need to do more. They should have done more with Unicron in the Bay films. So I just don't know. Mike says, I love Pacific Rim. Some of the movie was but the scale of the kaiju and robots was fantastic. That's true. And Godzilla is always the best. Yeah, and the new Godzilla movie was awesome too. And Kong as well. Kong and Godzilla. Those are good movies. I like those.
Yep.
Ultraman and Johnny Sacco and his flying robot was great too.
Oh.
And X-Men 97 is so great. Can't wait for more. They got season 3 coming out, I think, or season 2 or 3 coming out here pretty soon. So, yeah, I love X-Men 97. And they did such a good job of recreating the cartoon and recreating the vibe from that cartoon. So I'm very impressed with X-Men 97. Love that show. Then we get into Beast Machines, which nobody watched. And Beast Machines they actually travel back to Cybertron after the Beast Wars is over, but Megatron has taken over the entire planet of Cybertron, and so they have to fight him to get everybody back. So it's it's 2 seasons long, very spiritual in nature as far as that goes. They rely heavily on like a spiritual ideal, but it works for the show. I actually liked it better than Beast Wars, so there's that. But minus what? -1. Okay, -1. Yeah, -1. Yeah, I forgot all about -1. So then we get to Transformers. No one knows about this. There was a cartoon they did, Transformers Rid, not Robots in Disguise, but Rid. It was about a season long. And Optimus Prime transformed into a fire truck. I actually had the toy.
Huh.
And so it would have been, but instead of Megatron being a Decepticon, he was a Predacon in it. And so they just mixed up the whole thing. They did have a version of Bruticus called Ruination in it, but you didn't get swindled like you did in the cartoon from the original series. You just got these 5 robots that turned into basically Bruticus. Different color scheme. And a lot of the art styles were a lot like the Generation 1 Transformers, so that was pretty cool. They kind of veered off that after that, though. And then you got Transformers Energon. You got Transformers, all that stuff, which went from cartoon to CGI from season 1 to season 3. And I have a question. Why does Transformers always go 3 seasons? Why? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So they've done it every single time, every Transformer, except for Robots in Disguise, which went forever. Like it went for like 5 or 6 seasons. So I was Prime actually had 3 seasons, but they actually had a movie afterwards. So which the movie was really good. Now Transformers Prime was awesome. Loved Transformers Prime. Again, you had Peter Cullen and Frank Welker reprising their roles as Optimus Prime and Megatron. And great show. Love that show to death. And that was my Transformers Generation 1 replacement show, is what it was. And I really enjoyed that show a lot. So, and they did a great job with the CGI. Fantastic animation. Really good series. So what do you got on Transformers, Eric? Tell me a little bit about your history on Transformers besides the Bay movies. Do you have anything besides the Bay movies? Do you want to talk about the Bay movies?
Besides the Bay movies? Well,
yeah.
If that's the case, then I guess I'm done.
Well, let's talk about the Bay movies then. Let's just do that.
Yeah, no, and I did pull it up here. Let me see. What is it? Age of Extinction? That was the first one.
Age of Extinction, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Hi, Crypto Coffee.
Yeah, hey, Crypto. Thanks for coming in.
So is that your favorite one out of all 5 of them? Or, well, 7 of them now, I guess?
I think that's the one I rewatched the most, I think. And I mean, you know,
really
the was good, but after a while, and I know part of the movies with Shia LaBeouf was kind of distinct too, but just the way Shia LaBeouf was in acts, like with his tics and whatnot, that kind of gets annoying after a while. He
got annoying. And the third, so Dark of the Moon, that was my not so favorite part, was him and his little tics and stuff like that. The part where they're on campus, the college campus, I could have done without that completely. The movie could have done without that totally.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, but other than that, the 3 is really good. Besides that, the problem with this is they put too many humans. Hi Poe, by the way. Hello, Mr. Poestyle. Mr. Poestyle in chat. I can't hear you because I'm working, but hello. I don't like the portrait mode. I have chat on top of chat, so I can't read it very well. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that.
Yeah, we'll fix that for next time.
So we'll fix that. So, but the way they did Shia LaBeouf in 3 was just too much, and it was just ridiculous and over the top. And humans in Transformers movies is fine, but humans taking the main spot where the Transformers should be. It's called Transformers, not humans. If it's called humans, I could get it, but it's not. It's called Transformers. So let's watch Transformers. Right. And what Paramount did, and what they should have done to begin with was, and this movie should have done way better than it did, was Transformers 1. That is a solid Cybertron adventure movie for Transformers. And you've got what's his name? Thor from Avengers. What's his Chris Hemsworth voicing Orion Pax in it. So you have Orion Pax and I never heard of D16 until that movie. All it was Megatron. He was actually Megatron. He didn't start out as Megatron. He wasn't D16 though, but he actually there's a version of it where he was Megatronus at one time, and then he just shortened his name. Then Megatronus was a Prime before Megatron, so he took his name from Megatronus. So there's different versions of that, but overall, I love that film. It's a great film. If you guys have not seen Transformers 1, watch it. It's a great movie. Paramount did a great job. Should have done better in the theaters than it did. But I think there was a Transformers. Just people are getting so tired of Transformers and it not doing well, and just stupid movies. Bay. So.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying all the Bay films are bad. I'm not saying that. You know what, Casey? We don't know. I guess so. I guess so. But we've got in my restream right now, I have portrait and landscape. I can see both. But apparently you guys can only see the landscape version. But if I try